Hello everyone and welcome to Honor Thy Podcast. This is the weekly DCTV Arrowverse podcast we do here where we discuss everything Arrowverse. I'm your host Declan McKinney, otherwise known as DCTV Talk, and with me as always is my co-host Dan McCance, otherwise known as Mulekick Media.
Hey, I just want to quickly say before we get into this, we're celebrating our 10th podcast, which I think is a great milestone because we certainly ain't getting to 100 at this rate.
Definitely not.
If we get to episode 100, it's probably going to get released like 2 years after we record it at this rate, so make the most of it while it lasts.
Yeah, we need to celebrate while we can get them in.
But, yeah.
So this is our 10th year anniversary. Play some kind of music if you can. Probably won't, but just imagine it in your head and it'll be probably just as good. Shall we do the news?
If there's honestly that much to talk about, yeah.
It really isn't, but that's not the point. Right.
You're trying to really sell this positivity, aren't you?
I really am. I'm in a good mood, but you're trying to put me down.
I'm not trying to put you. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just waiting
for. You're trying to put me down.
I'm not. I'm just depressed. I'm just depressed because Comic-Con is 3 weeks away. I'm not thinking about Quentin's death. You need to get over it, Hoss.
I'm still not recovered.
You need to get over it, Hoss.
Shut up, Hoss. Right. You listen here, Hoss. We've got some news to discuss.
Doesn't change anything, Hoss.
Oh, this does change something. So, Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 has officially got its premiere title revealed by Googie himself.
Fucking hell.
He came out and revealed that the title of the Season 4 premiere is The Virgin Gary.
Beautiful title.
Absolutely wonderful. What a way to kick off the season.
Tells us so much about the episode, doesn't it? Clearly, we now know
that
we clearly now can confirm concretely in exclusive news that Gary is a virgin. You heard it here first, people.
I wonder if this is going to be very CW and explore Gary's sexuality, as they hint in Season 3 that he is gay and has a bit of a thing with Mr. Constantine.
I think it'll eventually cross over with Jane the Virgin, also on the CW.
Boy. Yeah, I mean, this is just a typical kind of Legends title.
Yeah.
Actually, so it just popped into my head. I had a theory ages ago, back in Season 3 of Legends. I was convinced Gary was a villain.
What?
I don't know. I just thought his over-the-topness and the way he kept showing up. I was like, oh, this guy's going to be like some villain twist, isn't it?
Why would they make him a villain?
I didn't want him to be a villain. I'm glad he just stayed as a meme, but I thought he was going to be a villain.
Nah, he was
he was going to be Malice.
He was too much of a meme to be a villain.
I mean, I'm glad they kept him a meme. I'd rather him be a meme. But I just thought, I was like, this guy's going to be Malice or something. Like, it's going to be that ridiculous. I mean, granted that it did end up being probably more ridiculous than it would have been if it had been Gary. But I thought, oh, this guy's going to be Malice.
Nah.
But I was wrong.
You were wrong.
But I'm glad he's still a meme. And he's still a virgin, so that's all good. Sticking with premiere titles, the Arrow Season 7 premiere was revealed by Best Schwartz. No, I'm not going to call her that just yet, no matter how much the Arrowcast want me to.
Yeah, it's basically because all the Arrowcast called her that, heroes and villains, which is a bit cringy. Best Schwartz.
It's basically a middle finger to Googie, but I guess that's fair enough.
That's fair enough, because he's a shit showrunner and he deserves to die. He's responsible for why Green Lantern the film was shit. Alright, he's responsible for Ryan Reynolds having nightmares when he sleeps about that film.
I'm pretty sure he's going to have nightmares anyway, because even when you just meet Guggenheim and he stares you down with those eyes, I mean, you're not going to sleep for weeks with that, let's be honest. So the title of the Arrow Season 7 premiere is going to be Inmate 4587. It took me ages to remember that. I had to look on my paper again because I thought I had it.
God, this man.
I have failed this podcast.
You failed. You failed everything.
I mean, this podcast is just full of Arrow quotes. There's another one. So yeah, this is just I think this is quite a cool title though. Just obviously emphasizing the prison thing.
The funny thing is that the number in the title is a random number that they use for most of the Arrowverse shows. Like the number, they use it for a lot of random things. I think at one time...
Is it just a random number, though?
Yeah.
I heard that, but it's just a random number they use.
Yeah, but I think it also relates to something to do with Green Arrow. I can't remember what it is, but I know that in Arrow, and I think the Flash as well, they use it. Just like whenever they want a random number on screen, that's what they use.
So look out for that when you're watching episodes. Right. That's pretty much it, but we've got a massive piece of news to end off with, which is kind of similar to what we did a couple weeks ago, where we discussed all of the leaks of the Flash season 5. There's also a bunch of leaks for Arrow season 7. So given that Arrow is the best show and the one we love to talk about the most,
well, not for the current year we just had, but no. But I mean, I wouldn't even argue it's the best one. I would probably say Legends.
Well, Arrow's my favorite.
Yeah, but we've had 2 pretty awful seasons, 1 mediocre one. Legends has had 2 great seasons of 1 mediocre one, so I'd say Legends.
Do you want to stop slowing us down so we can get on to the news?
Nah, I'm just trying to find something to talk about to make this podcast long, mate.
You're like Nora Allen. You're like slowing the Flash down, you know what I mean?
How dare you say that?
Burn. Ben
hates you now for saying that. He loves Nora Allen. He loves the actress as well.
I like her as well. He's very, very nice. Before we get into those leaks, there's a couple of other things that came in this leak, but they're not necessarily related to Arrow. Well, they are, but kind of. You get what I mean. So first off, in terms of the crossover this year, the Court of Owls are supposed to be the villain.
I don't really see how that can work, though, exactly.
No, I find that very suspect. For one, Fox. I'm pretty sure Fox owned the rights.
Yeah,
which
because
I guess you could say Gotham's ending, but
well,
the
Gotham season 3 did Court of Owls. That was what the whole big point of that season was. So I would find it a bit strange that right after that they would just be like, "Oh yeah, you can use Court of Owls," especially when it's like one of the biggest Batman villains to come out of the New 52 when they rebooted DC Comics. So I don't think they would allow him to use that. So I find that very sketchy. And I think even Pagey mentioned it in the video when he covered it, but it would be strange because it would kind of feel out of place for the Flash and Supergirl to be there because they could probably just solve it in an instant.
Yeah.
So
I doubt they'd be able to call them the Court of Owls.
No, they would. If they were going to be in there, they wouldn't be able to use the name. They probably wouldn't even be allowed to like have the usual, how you ever call it, but like the look that they have in the comics, you know, with the owl costumes and stuff like that. They'd probably have to end up changing that. Like,
that wouldn't piss off anyone.
No.
I think that this is, in terms of like Supergirl and Flash and a variety of other heroes who could or could not be in this crossover, they could solve this in an instant, especially Flash and Supergirl. They could just bomb the entire thing. Just kill them all in one go.
But we don't kill, Ralph. We don't kill.
Come on, Barry.
Yeah, he killed. They let him fucking kill DeVoe.
DeVoe, Barry.
Well done, Barry.
You did a good job.
Good job. You done good, bro.
I just don't see it. I mean, they have said this crossover is going to be a lot more grounded and a lot more kind of like Arrow in tone. And obviously it is going to Gotham, so these are Batman villains, so it lines up in some way, but it doesn't feel like a big enough or like strongest threat to have all the Arrowverse characters.
Yeah, not for me.
I would. You know what I'd love? I would love them to do, perhaps later on in season 7, do a Batwoman like Arrow crossover where they do that.
Yeah,
I'd be down for that. That'd be great. But you don't need the Flash and Supergirl for that. But like, I think because obviously, I had this idea the other day that obviously Flash and Supergirl, they have crossovers pretty much every year. I mean, we didn't get one last season, but they always have their crossovers. But Arrow never has its own one. Put it with Batwoman. That'd be sick. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, if they want to do that, you can have that for free. Also, this does relate to Arrow, but one part of this leak, but I wanted to include it sort of separately, is that apparently Earth 2 Tommy is going to be in Arrow Season 7 for 3 episodes. Sketchy.
Very sketchy. I don't believe it. Just because
there's no other development on that. It doesn't say anything else than that. It literally just says he's back for 3 episodes. Or he's coming for 3 episodes.
Well, the thing is, Colin Donnell is still a series regular in Chicago Med, so how would he get enough time off to be able to do 3 episodes back to back? It's just bullshit. It's not going to happen.
3 episodes would take like a couple of weeks, maybe even more. So, especially if you're going to be like a big part of it. Because if you notice, every time Tommy shows up in any way, shape, or form on Arrow, ever since he left the show, it's only ever for one scene.
Yeah.
Or like slightly more, like in season 6. When he was, the human target and stuff, he was actually in the courtroom scene and then the scene where he escapes, and that's it. in Crisis on Earth X, he was literally just in the Prometheus scene when he was in Star Labs.
Yeah.
That's literally it. He's only ever in it for one scene, like for one moment, because he's so busy, because he's a series regular. So it's just, I doubt it's going to happen. If they said it was one episode, I'd be like, I can kind of see that, because what I think, obviously what we might get next season is Black Siren flashbacks.
Yeah. So that's the only way I could honestly see him coming back into it.
Because that would make sense. Because other than those flashbacks, there's no reason why Earth 2 Tommy would be on the show.
Yeah.
No reason whatsoever. It's just, he wouldn't fit in anywhere. He wouldn't have a place in the story. I don't see why he would be in it. So yeah, and obviously, I mean, we don't know anything about Earth 2 Tommy, but I imagine obviously he would know Earth 2 Laurel. I assume.
Mm.
And maybe they are together or were together on that Earth. I don't know. And I don't know. Maybe Earth 2 Tommy's the Earth 2 Dark Archer. I don't know, like the comics. That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool if it was.
That sounds exciting.
You're making me dream of things that won't actually happen in the show.
It's like I wanted to see more of like him as Prometheus in Crisis on Earth X, but they killed him so early on.
Yeah, well, apparently it was only because he could only film for one day, wasn't it? So
yeah. They just couldn't have it. If he was able to stick around, I reckon he would have been throughout the entire thing. But...
Yeah, because easily him and Quentin like were the best like Earth X doppelganger versions of their characters like throughout the whole crossover. Those two were the best. Like I thought they were honestly, I thought they were better than Stephen Amell and Melissa Benoist. Like they just were. I'm sorry, Stephen. I love you, but
I did enjoy the Dark Arrow, but yeah, I think Earth X Quinton and definitely Earth X Prometheus was really cool, especially because it was kind of like a fan service thing.
Yeah.
Because we all thought Tommy was Prometheus back in season 5, like in the early days. So it's kind of cool just to have Tommy as Prometheus. I mean, I still don't know if I would have preferred to have seen Josh Segarra again. I don't know which one I would have preferred. What if it was a twist that both of them were doing Prometheus, like they were swapping? And then you would have got both of them in the crossover. That would have been amazing. What a dream! Just more. I mean, but we got Josh in season 6 anyway, so it's okay.
In the best episode of season 6, I would like to rephrase the best episode. No, Josh Segarra's. I'm sorry, but
18's number 2 for me, but 21 was so good.
All right then. Episode 18 is a 10 out of 10. We could at least agree on that.
Yes,
that's fine.
I do agree.
That's fine. I can live with that then. That's fine.
Okay. So overall verdict on Earth 2 Tommy. Do you think he's coming?
No,
I don't either. Right. So we'll move into all the other big Arrow season 7 leaks that have come out. So I'll start off with the ones revolving around Oliver in prison. So Oliver is going to be in prison for 3 episodes. Now, before we dive into that, I'd just like to say Stephen Amell came out earlier today and said this is false. So,
you see, the thing is, even though he said it's false, I've still got this feeling in the back of my head that suggests he's just bullshitting.
I mean, he has. It's not like he's not done that before.
Exactly. I
mean, I think 3 episodes sounds about right. Plus, one thing that I had to remind some people is a lot of people saying, "Oh, here they go again." Like, you know. This is what the CW always does, like on the Flash. Like Barry was only in prison for 3 episodes. Flashpoint was 1 episode. Rebirth was 1 episode. Whatever. But one thing you got to realize is Oliver would have been in prison for 6 months by the time we get to season 7. So, and if we're getting, and also I'll just bring in the next thing. We're meant to be getting flashbacks next season.
Yeah.
Where it flashes back to Oliver in prison. So if we're getting that, we're going to see it.
Yeah, because whereas with the Flash, and it's like the Flashpoint and Rebirth, when he was trapped in the Speed Force, they never showed flashbacks to previously, like in know Flashpoint or what was in the Speed Force. Whereas here, at least, they're actually going to be bothered, at least by the sounds of it. They're actually going to show Oliver's time in prison, which I think is a great.
Wouldn't it have been cool if in season 3 of the Flash we got constant flashbacks to Flashpoint? Like half the season was Flashpoint and half of it was.
Yeah, that's what they should have done.
Good ideas today.
Yeah,
I am cooking on.
Well, to be honest with you, there was enough material with Flashpoint that they could have easily done half the season of it, but because they pussied out, it's like, oh no, we'll do it for 1 episode. And he changes
I think I discussed this on last week's episode, but the scrapped season 3 storyline of the Metahuman War.
Yeah, I would not have been surprised if the original plan for Flashpoint was to make it longer than 1 episode. Would not be surprised, because goddamn, season 3.
Yeah, so Oliver is apparently in prison for 3 days, even though Stephen Amell has debunked
3 episodes, not 3 days.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, this man's tired.
I feel like, to be honest, I feel that's about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's not 3, it'll be around there.
Yeah.
And then, we're going to be getting prison flashbacks, which I'm up for. I think that sounds really cool.
I want some brutal fight scenes in the prison as well.
Like the Punisher and Daredevil season 2.
Yes. Give us. If you give us one of them, I know it won't be as brutal. Yeah. Give us a scene where he stabs a dude, like, or shanks him with a piece of glass, like Punisher does in Daredevil season 2. I'll be fine.
Oh, such a good scene.
Daredevil season 2 is really good. It's better than most seasons of Arrow.
Yeah, that's true, to be honest. And then the other bit of information on the prison is something we actually now have confirmed. So, hashtag confirmed, is that Oliver's going to be facing villains that he's locked away before. So this is actually confirmed. This is true. We spoke about this last week with the synopsises.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what villains are going to show up, because the problem is, and they're going to have to completely retcon this, and because it's the only way around it, is that most of the villains that Oliver's ever locked up have gone to Iron Heights or are dead. So, because Slabside has only ever been mentioned once, and I don't even think it was on Arrow. So
no. It was mentioned once in season 4.
Well, there you go.
Exactly. I reckon they'll probably come up with something where it's like, oh, we had to move all the prisoners from Iron Heights to Supermax. Like, I would not to Slabside. I reckon it'll be something like that, just so they can have the excuse of them all being there.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions on who's going to show up?
On who I think will show up, I think Brick will probably show up, I imagine.
Yeah, I think that's quite an obvious one.
I think maybe Count Vertigo as well, the new one. I think maybe he could show up as well. I'm trying to think for any other villains as well. I know you mentioned China White in your video as well. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having her back. I
really like China White, actually, especially because I'm rewatching Arrow at the moment. It's just seeing China White in the early seasons. She's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her come back. Yeah. I've also seen people sort of vouch for Murmur. He was quite an interesting one.
The one I want though, the one that I've wanted back for so long, Komodo. Where the fuck is he? He was such a cool villain. I'm sorry, but he was such a beast, especially because I've read the Green Arrow comics, and in the comics, he is such an awesome villain, because basically he gets blinded in one eye, and so he basically becomes a really good archer with his other eye, and he's got equal archery ability to Oliver, and I think he's also responsible for killing Oliver's father as well in the New 52. Honestly,
he's locked up though.
Yeah, he was locked up. Because remember, he appeared in episode 2 of season 3. Remember, it's the scene where Laurel holds him with a gun, and then him. And then they walk away, and he gets arrested.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'd be quite cool.
I really want to see him back. I originally thought during season 3 he would be part of the Suicide Squad. That's what I thought for season 3 of Arrow, and then apparently he was gonna be, but then they replaced him with Cupid.
Why would we need an archer like that on the Suicide Squad when we've got Cupid?
Fuck Cupid, she's awful. She is.
Speaking of, that's another one I've seen rumored.
No, I don't want.
Please, God, no.
No, I hate her so much.
Now, one I do really want to see come back, and I think this is perfectly possible, especially because the writer's been going on about this for ages. Huntress.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see.
Bringing back Jessica DeGale as Huntress, this would be so good, because they've been talking about bringing back Huntress for a long time, and Huntress is a really good character. I love Helena Bertinelli, so to bring her back is the perfect opportunity. Now, Jessica DeGale, as far as I'm aware, is a series regular on another show.
I thought it got cancelled. I don't know why.
Did it? It may have, I know she was. I don't know what the status of it is now. If she's available, then she may be able to come on for a bit, which would be awesome. If she's not, bring her back for one episode. I think that Huntress needs to kind of come back because of. I think she has such a strong presence, especially in season 1. I'd love to see her come back and just see how she'd interact with everyone. So I'm completely down for that. That's the one I want to see most, to be honest. I really want to see Huntress, but I feel like Huntress may be a bit high in the sky.
Yeah, I think it's one that maybe it could happen. I think it just depends on her availability. I've just checked on here as well. She isn't that show that she was on, series regular. It's been cancelled. Yeah. So she's, as far as I'm aware, she's not working on anything.
Come on, Jessica, come back.
Come on, please just come back.
Right. Some news on our good friend Kirk Acevedo.
Get him.
Fan of the show, not really. Ricardo Diaz will not be the main villain. Again, this was kind of confirmed in the synopsis in a way.
Still not happy.
To be honest, I didn't expect it.
Yeah,
I expected this. Sorry. I just can't. I didn't see Diaz being the main villain. I mean, obviously we know he's going to be in next season, but I just didn't see him being the big bad. I really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think he would be, but I hope he just still has at least he has a sizable role next season. At least in the first half, I want him to.
Yeah, because then even if it's for the first half, then he'll get technically a full season length then.
Yeah. Because I mean, he's not working on anything else. Because I mean, I know people were saying, "Oh, he's not going to be in it because he's on 12 Monkeys." Well,
he's just finished, so.
Yeah, no. Its final season is airing. It airs this September, and he's only got a guest role in it because, yeah. I don't want to talk about it too much because I do watch it and it'll have spoilers. But basically, he's appearing next season, but he's not got as big a role, so he will have time to come back for season 7. I just hope that they don't put him in one episode and then just kill him off. I want at least like a multi-episode arc with his character before he goes.
Cut off Oliver's arm.
Yeah, cut off Oliver's arm, please. He promised it. Heroes of Villains London. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Yeah. And
then it will tie back to Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be a dream. Who do you think is the main villain then? Because obviously the Longbow Hunters are coming in. The Longbow Hunters are apparently all original characters, according to this leak. Or they're all new characters, phrasing. But do you think the villain are going to be the Longbow Hunters, or do you think it'll be someone else? I don't think it's going to be the Longbow Hunters.
I honestly do believe it will be the Longbow Hunters, because what would be the point of referencing them at the end of season 6 if they weren't going to be the main villains? You see what Arrow has always done before, and it's always referenced the main villain of its season, or at least for a good portion of the season, it's referenced.
Yeah,
the main villain for. I mean, you think about season 2, they constantly had references to Ra's al Ghul. He was the main villain in season 3. With end of season 3, you had Damien Dark. With season 6, you had, season 5 actually, references to Caden James. So they've done it in the past, and it's always been for a villain that has had a sizable role. So either I think that they will be a red herring villain, similar to Caden James, or they will be the actual main villains. But I would lean more towards them being the main villains, just because they're such a big character in the Green Arrow comics that if you didn't make them,
the thing that makes me think about it is that they are so big, especially in like recent Green Arrow comics. They've been such a prevalent thing, so I could see it. The only thing that puts me off is that it does say they are all new characters, because having a team of villains like that and all being new characters, you'd have to kind of develop them quite a bit, because I don't know. I've never really seen Arrow tackle a team of villains before. I know they said they did it in season 6, but they didn't. Call it what you want. It wasn't that at all. Because in comparison to, say, like Legends of Tomorrow season 2, which is the Legion of Doom, that worked because all those villains were developed in their own individual seasons.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I don't know if this would work as well. I'd love to. I mean, I've been waiting for the Longbow Hunters to come onto the show for ages. I really want to see them. I just have a feeling that perhaps one of them's going to rise above the rest. That's the way I see it, and then we'll get like a main big bad out of one of them. That's my sort of thing. But if it is the Longbow Hunters, then I'm happy with that. So, got a couple other pieces here. I'm just crossing these off my list so I don't repeat myself. Oh, here we go. Right. I'm going to get a bit ranty here.
Don't worry, I will be as well, because I know what you're going to say.
Dinah Drake is getting a new love interest next season, and the best part of it is it's going to cause a divide.
Boo!
Why? Why are you doing this again? What is the point?
It's bullshit, honestly.
This is the exact same story
it's almost like
they did last season.
It's literally like the writers just did not learn that people didn't like this in season 6, but they're like, we're just gonna do it again, season 7, because everybody loved that storyline.
What's annoying is not only are they repeating work they've already done, but they're repeating crap work that they've already done.
I know.
Like, nobody liked this storyline. Like, one of the biggest problems with Arrow season 6 was the team divide, and they just like, let's do it again. And Dinah was one of the worst characters last season.
Yeah.
She was awful. And the fact that they're doing this again, and they're just going to ruin her character, especially because she's kind of on the road to redemption in the finale a little bit.
Nah, I don't buy it. She's still the worst.
No. But, like, I mean, like, they set it up because she apologizes to Oliver. And
but they didn't do enough with her. They didn't do enough with her to make me feel like.
But they put her on the road to recovery, and now they're just going to knock it back down again. It's so pointless. It annoys me to no end, and I really don't understand why they want to do this again, especially because are they even listening?
No, they're not.
I don't know why I'm getting so worked about this, because it's probably fake, and it probably is, because Steven has debunked.
But he only debunked one thing. He didn't debunk this rumor. This will probably still happen because this is the CW.
I mean, if you want, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I mean, it's the CW. I've come to accept it at this point. But why cause the divide? Leave that out. Just, what I want to see, and I've seen other people bring this up elsewhere. She should be the mentor to Konomi Rhodes, or whoever she ends up being. Because in that audition tape, the character she's talking to is Dinah.
Yeah.
That should be her storyline. Mentoring Konomi Rhodes, or whatever her name is.
Nah, that's too good a story for her to have. They needed to be in a relationship. Facts.
It's so annoying. It really is. It's the laziness of it. Like, it's the pure laziness of it that annoys me. The fact that it's like they're just not even trying at all. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll do that again. And it's not even like they've given it a couple of seasons. Like, this is immediately after, when the conflict that happened last season still isn't really wrapped up. So it's really infuriating. But what can I do?
Nothing.
If you want to see my full rant, you can watch my video. I really kind of went off on. I rarely rant on camera. But I full on went in that. I didn't even mean to do it. I didn't even plan on it. It just happened.
Nah, it's just so stupid because, like we've already said, nobody liked this storyline season 4. Like, her and Vigilante was just, nobody enjoyed it. Nobody liked the conflict that it caused. Nobody liked what it did to her character afterwards. Like, those episodes after Vince died, I think everybody just hated Dinah unanimously, and I still do for this day. Like, they haven't done anything with her character to make me think, oh, do you know what? I can get behind her now. Because after the shit that she tried to pull, like, we're trying to just flat out kill Black Siren, even though she's a police officer, so she's no better than this. And she's just going around being like, oh, I have to kill Black Siren. Like, it's stupid. It's really, really stupid. It's a shame.
I hate it. I really hate this. I really do. Especially because I love Dinah. I really do. And especially in season 5, I really liked her. And I feel bad for Juliana Harkavy because, like, she's such a good actress and she's so nice. I mean, I can go on the record and say that because I've met her. I've hugged her, so it's all good. And I'm so annoyed because I really liked her in season 5, and then season 6.
Well, I thought season 5 she was alright, but I wouldn't say it goes far to say that she was great. Like,
I really liked her.
Nah, she was okay, but the problem was that they barely gave her a story. She felt very useless at times.
Yeah, she kind of just brought her in halfway through.
Yeah,
it was like...
exactly. So I wasn't the biggest fan of her, but I thought she was alright. Funny thing, I'm just going to mention this right now. Nothing related with news, but related to Black Canary. Did you hear that news that Jess McCallum, who plays Ava Sharp on Legends, that she originally auditioned to play Dinah Drake?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think that she announced it in an interview. She originally auditioned for that, but then they passed her on for Ava.
Oh, well, I quite like how they do that. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
It's like Grant Gustin auditioned for Roy Harper.
Yeah. Damn. Did he actually go?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he auditioned for Roy Harper. But I guess he got a much better deal in the end out of that one.
Yeah, God. I mean, I honestly, I think she probably would have made a good Dinah Drake, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I think she would have. Yeah, I really like Ava. I really like Ava. She was one of the best things last season. And like her relationship with Sarah, like,
it's one of the best. Yeah,
it's one of the better ones. So I'm glad because she's a series regular next season.
Yeah,
so
it's all good.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, I always like hearing stuff. Okay, so we'll move over to the other favourite female character on the show. Miss Felicity Smoke is going to be her own season-long story next season outside of Team Arrow.
Fuck Helix Dynamics.
I mean, every time they try and give Felicity her own story, it never works. Like, look at season 5. Like, that was one of the weakest. I'd say that was the weakest thing in season 5 was the Helix storyline.
Yeah.
like it, especially when we got like episode 19 of season 5, which is Dangerous Liaisons. That episode was second to worst of the season, maybe. It was just so bad, because it was so focused on that storyline. Now, my prediction for this is that this is going to be how they introduce Ted Cord.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be a Helix dynamic story. It'll be her and Curtis, and then they'll get like a investor or something like that, and it'll be this Ted Cord character, and that's how he gets introduced onto the show. In a similar way that Ray Palmer did back in season 3. I feel like that's what it's going to be. That I just hope they do it well and write it properly, because, like I said, every time they've done this in the past, it's always been terrible. So please make it work.
Yeah, just please, just give her a storyline that won't suck ass, please.
Yeah, especially, I mean, in season 4 she was practically the main character, so don't give it too
don't
much focus,
don't remind me of that awful season that you enjoy.
I can't believe you just lied to me just now.
My God.
Right, final piece here goes to your favourite, Black Siren.
Get in.
Black Siren is going to be taking up the role of a vigilante next
Good.
season, and is going to be hunting down Ricardo Diaz.
She's gonna be the female Punisher. Facts.
I mean, this sounds great.
I mean, yeah. I
This
think
sounds really good.
this is what I expected them to go down. Well, based off what they're saying in the leak, but I'm fine with this because obviously she's gonna be trying to, do things. She's more on the side of good, but I think she's still gonna be like doing stuff her own way.
Side,
doing stuff her own way.
I guess you could say very Oliver in season 1.
Yeah,
Like,
which I think
being like a ruthless vigilante.
Yeah, which is something that I think that's really cool for her to do. And if she's going to spend the season like hunting down Diaz, I think that'll be something really cool as well. To see where they go with that story, because I definitely think that's what they're going to use Ricardo Diaz for, or at least
yeah. If you link this back into the leak about Diaz not being the villain, I'd be perfectly fine if Diaz's story next season is this tied into this. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good way to do it, to be honest. Just because everybody knows I'm a Black Siren fanboy. She is the best female character. Fuck everybody else.
I do like Black Siren, especially I really began to like her in season 6. I wasn't really the biggest fan of her before.
Don't say this to me, Declan. You're disappointing
she was
me.
Cool she was cool in the Flash, but in the Flash I always just saw her as like a throwaway kind of villain. And then in season 5 they brought her back, and I was kind of like, eh. But in season 6 she's really kind of come into her own, and I really like her now. I think she's great, and in a lot of ways I think she may actually be better than Earth 1 Laurel.
I already think she is.
Yeah, I think she's a lot more interesting than Earth 1 Laurel is. So, and I feel like you can easily look at this and go, well, she's going to join the team by the end of the season. So I can kind of get that thing.
Yeah.
And this is obviously the true kickoff, because she kind of had that kickoff the redemption in the end of season 6, when she tried to kill Diaz after episode 21, and everything went down. And now after Quentin's death, it's like she's really been kicked off now. So I'm really excited about that. It's probably my favorite thing in this entire leak. Like, that sounds really good.
Yeah, same.
Do you reckon she'll get a costume, or do you reckon she'll wear the same one she wore before?
I don't know, because she hasn't worn that costume on Arrow for like ages. I don't think she's.
The Black Canary costume's destroyed now, isn't it? Because the bunker blew up.
Yeah, the Black Canary costume's like gone completely. Because she didn't dress up, did she, in the finale with it? Oh wait, she did. She did, didn't she?
In the finale? No, she was because she was kept prisoner by Diaz, wasn't she? And she was just in regular clothes. I remember.
No. I thought you meant as in. Oh, I thought you meant as in the original Black Canary. Oh yeah, you mean Earth 1 Laurel's suit?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. That would
destroyed.
would definitely be destroyed. Yeah, that's definitely gone completely.
Yeah,
so
in terms of like Earth 2 Laurel, I mean, like, do you think she'll dress up in the Black Siren costume we've all seen her wear?
I think she might dress up in the Earth 2 costume, but then I think they'll probably make some like modifications to it. That's what I probably think, because I don't mind the costume I don't mind the costume she's got now, but I think maybe if they could make some changes to it to make it a bit more like comic book accurate, then I wouldn't have any problems with that, to be honest.
Yeah, but then one thing that I always forget about, and also so do the writers clearly, is that this is, to the public eye, Earth 1 Laurel. So if she's going around like killing people without wearing a mask and stuff, I mean, obviously they'll never do this. Like, they'll never talk about it. They'll never bring this up. Like, they'll just sweep this under the rug.
That's what I've always found strange, is that they brought it up episode 15, but they've never really discussed that, like, hey, this person who's supposed to be Earth One Laurel, she's going around killing people. It's like nobody's bringing this
through with that. Like that's a really interesting story.
Yeah,
like, they should have played on that.
But that requires
like even in 21 when they bring back Tommy in air quotes, it's like they could have done something with that as well. Like people didn't seem as shocked. It's like, oh yeah, Tommy's alive.
Yeah,
it's like
it's just it's because it's Guggenheim, isn't it? Guggenheim.
Yeah.
Fucking blame Googie.
They'll never touch that Earth One Laurel thing. That's just under the rug now, and they don't forget. And even I keep forgetting about it, and so do they clearly. But yeah. Right, we're going to move into our main topic, which I was a good old swaggering Bravo, and I came up with this morning last minute because we didn't actually have a main topic this week. We were going to make it the season 7 leaks, but then I was like, oh, I've got an idea. So in the upcoming crossover for this year, we are going to be getting our introduction to our first member of the Bat family in the Arrowverse, which is going to be Batwoman, Kate Kane. So one of the things that we are most looking forward to about this character is finding out who they are going to get to play her and who they're going to cast. So what we've done is we've each made a list of our top 3 candidates to play Kate Kane. So we're going to go through them one by one and just kind of discuss who we think should play the character. Before we do that, there's been a recent theory released over the past 24 hours about a particular character who already exists in the Arrowverse actually taking up the mantle of Batwoman. And it's quite interesting, which is that apparently this Batwoman is actually going to be Earth 1 Alex Danvers.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I really like Shyla Lee, and I really like her as Alex. And obviously we don't really know what Earth 1 Alex is, or who she is, or what she's doing. Now, obviously, the only reason this is brought up is because in the comics, Kate Kane's girlfriend is Maggie Sawyer.
Yeah.
And basically this would be Sanvers coming back together for the crossover in a way. So, like, Earth 1 Sanvers exists sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the only reason they would do it, but given the fact this is the CW, I wouldn't put it past them all. I don't know. I don't know if I see it. I think it'd be cool, and they wouldn't have to pay anyone else.
I think
it'd be a cheap move.
I think it would be a bit of a cop-out move, though, to be perfectly honest, to cast.
I think because it'd be like if they, when they introduced the Ray last season, if they were like, oh yeah, this is Ray, and this is like, say like this is Earth X Win or whatever. It'd be a bit meh. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool, and it'd be a good way to get Maggie back into the crossover, just to bring her back for a couple episodes. Especially, I mean, she's actually a series regular on The Punisher, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So she's in Punisher season 2, but that's wrapped filming now, I'm pretty sure, or will be wrapping up very soon.
I think soon, because there were some like videos released of filming. I don't think it's over yet, but I think it's nearing the end.
But it definitely will be by the time this comes around.
Yeah.
So she will be available. So I could see this happening, given the fact it's the CW. However, I don't think I want it.
No, I would probably be the same boat, to be honest. Like,
yeah, I just feel it. Yeah, it's a bit of a cop out, like you say. It's a bit of a cheap move, really. But we've both chosen 3 candidates, so I'm going to choose my number 3, then Dan's, and we're going to do it that way. So we'll start off with our number 3 picks. Who have you got for yours?
Speaking of somebody who's already in the Arrowverse, I've actually got one here, but it's of a different person. I actually picked Fiona Lima. I think what they'll do is a little bit I think they'll do a bit of a role reversal, where obviously in the comics, Kate Kane's girlfriend is, I forgot her name now, Maggie Sawyer. But I think they might reverse that so that to get Flora and Lena to come back to play this role. I think that'd be a really cool thing to do, because I think whereas with Shyla Lee, she's already a series regular, so I feel like if they took off the mask and it was her, it wouldn't be as cool of a surprise. Where if it was if it was Floriana Lima, I think it'd be quite cool to see.
You can have some good conflict there between
because then, like I said, it would give Maggie this kind of like weird like story between her and Alex, because the fact that they're obviously from different Earths, but on Alex's Earth they had such a connection with each other. I think it'd be a really cool storyline for them to go through with. And I just think it'd be a cool, like, nice role reversal for him. And like I said, because of the fact that Flora and Liam, obviously she's gone over to the Punisher now, I think it'd be cool just to see her come back to the Arrowverse just to play this role. The only thing I would say is if they did cast her for it, depending on what happens with her character in season 2 of Punisher, I don't imagine that we would get like a Batwoman spin-off show if she was playing it.
But that's one thing I've sort of tried to take into consideration with my casting.
Yeah, but I mainly picked this one just in the case of, well, if they're not gonna ever like bring her back for like a proper series, then I think this would maybe be a cool bit of fan service, especially towards the Supergirl fans.
Yeah, I would much, thinking about it, I'd much rather have Floriana Lima than Chyla Lee. Because you can still do Earth 1 Alex if you want, because she's still going to be there, so you can still do it anyway. But I think she has a lot more of a better, like you say, it'd be a better reveal if it was her. And also, I think she has a lot more the, see, I don't really want to sort of badmouth Chyla Lee, because I was about to say she has a better physicality, but then again, so does Chyla Lee.
Oh.
I just think, I don't know, I see it more, you know what I mean? I see it.
Yeah.
I see Floriana Lima. I don't see Chyla Lee as the character, but I see Floriana Lima, so it just kind of fits better in my head. It's like when you talk about like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I never saw it, and even now when it's been like 2 years after the film, I still don't see it.
No.
It doesn't work. So again, I'd be down for that, to be honest.
Same.
My number 3, which is going to make Dan very, very happy, Lily Simmons. Now,
yes.
A lot of you watching this aren't going to know who that is. Lily Simmons was an actress on one of our very favourite shows called Banshee. It's also the show where Odette Annabelle, who played Rain, originated from. Banshee is an amazing show, and she played a great character.
Great. Oh, there's a particular scene in a particular episode that Declan really likes.
In a particular season, which is very, very good. A great performance by her. But I think she's really... I really like her character in Banshee. She's really interesting, because when you first kind of get introduced to her, you kind of think she's going to be a bit more of a typical character, really. I don't really want to spoil it in case anybody's going to watch it. I doubt any of you will, but you really should. Because, I mean, I kind of put it off for a long time until I had Dan practically screaming at me to watch it, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is probably the best show I've ever seen. But she actually played a very complex character and a very good character. I really enjoyed everything about her, and I think she's a really good performer, and I've been waiting for her to kind of get another role on a show. I mean, she was on Ray Donovan a bit.
Yeah, she was on for a bit, but she didn't have a massive role on it.
No, I'm kind of waiting for her to get a good kind of role, and I think this would be great if she could get this, and then if they do if this is like a backdoor pilot for a Batwoman show to like replace Arrow, I'd be so down for her leading the show. Yeah. Especially, I've been pining for her to get a superhero role ever since I saw some concept art on Instagram of her as Artemis. I think I showed you it.
You showed me this. Oh.
It looks so good, and I just like fanboyed out over it, and I think I sent it to her as well. Although I'm pretty sure she's the one who posted it. So I don't know. I really want her as a superhero, and I think this would be a good way to do it and introduce her. I think she has the look. I think she has the physique. I think she just suits it perfectly. I'd perfectly be down for that, 100%.
Definitely.
Number 2 for you.
For me, I also put down Lily Simmons as well.
Yeah.
I can't really say much because obviously you've already said her, but I really could see Lily Simmons taking on this role just because I really like her from Banshee. She was also on True Detective as well. She was on that. And I just think in general, I think she's a really, really good young performer, and I think especially because obviously she's still quite young. And I just can see her playing this character very, very well. Because even with her character on Banshee, she wasn't exactly like a pushover character. She would fight back if necessary. So I could already see her in that sort of sense playing this character. And I think more just because it would really please me, as a Banshee fan, just to see her playing Batgirl. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's a bit of an out the box one. Probably not going to happen by all means, but I would just really like to see it, just because I want to see her get a big role, in the television series, because she hasn't really had that since Banshee, apart from like you said with Ray Donovan, but she didn't really have the biggest of roles in that show. So I would just like to see her get something big in TV.
Yeah, I think she's so good. I mean, I was actually looking at a lot of actresses from Banshee when I was kind of doing this, and she's just always the one who sticks out to me.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. Definitely. My number 2 is one I've seen brought up elsewhere a couple times, and that is Gina Rodriguez. Gina Rodriguez plays Jane in Jane the Virgin, which is another CW show, which is getting its final season. So I think I like this choice for a couple of reasons. I've actually seen a couple episodes of Jane the Virgin, not by choice. I was kind of forced to watch it at someone's house once. But she is really good in it, and she's really likable. The reason I think she's a good choice is because, for one, like I said, Jane the Virgin's ending, so she's going to be available. So if they do want to do a Batwoman TV series, she's going to be available to be the lead actress. So if they cast her, you've got that safe sort of area there. Also, Jane the Virgin happens to be a CW show, and this is something I bring up all the time, which is that when the CW are casting characters, they always like to keep their actors in-house. And you'll notice this, like, Neil Sandilands, who played the Thinker, he was from the 100. And then you've got the supposed casting for Cicada. He's from another show. I don't remember which one. He's from Supernatural. He's from. So again, they like to keep their castings in-house, or they like to use actors who they've already got. Like, I remember as well, like on Supergirl season 2, there was that they had Rahul Kohli from iZombie come over for a guest spot, which was really fun. So they like to keep their actors in-house. So I feel like that's a good choice to go. I don't know if I particularly see it as much as I see my other choices, but I think it's one of the ones that makes more sense, personally.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same thing as well. Like, it would make sense, obviously, because she's already with the CW. It'd be easy enough to get a hold of her. So, and because obviously, like you say, because she's available afterwards, it'd be easy to get.
I don't remember when Jane the Virgin's ending. I don't know if next season, like as in this season coming up, or one just gone. I don't remember. So, but either way, she'll be available. So, what is your number one pick? I think we've got the same one, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got the same one. Madeline Petch.
Yeah, Madeline Petch. Yeah, go
on. I think just based on appearance compared to the comics, she's
look
easily
alone,
just look alone. She is the exact same. Like, she just gives off that image of Batwoman from the comics. So, but not just that, just because obviously, you know, in Riverdale she plays obviously Cheryl Blossom, bisexual character in that show. Obviously, Batwoman in the comics is of course lesbian. So I think she'd be used to playing that sort of character, but I think just because she really just comes across as a person who could just nail that role, because I love her on Riverdale. She's probably one of the only good things on Riverdale. Like, where everything else is just turned into absolute shit over the past 2 seasons, she's the only thing that has remained good about it, or at least one of the few. So I think me and you just want this to happen just so she can get off Riverdale. Let's be honest, that's the reason we've done this.
But that's the big problem, isn't it? Because she is a series regular on Riverdale. Riverdale's not going anywhere. It's so popular. It's going to keep going for many, many seasons. We know how the CW does. It's just going to keep going. So again, if they want to do a Batwoman show, unless Cheryl leaves Riverdale or dies or something, she's not getting out of that show.
To be honest with you, they didn't really do that much with her in season 2, so I really...
They don't do anything with Cheryl, and that's what annoys me on Riverdale, is they literally have so many good characters, but they don't focus on them. Like, instead, they want to focus on bloody Archie,
and Veronica,
sucking up to Hiram Lodge, and Veronica, the 2 worst characters on the show. But instead, they focus on them, and then they shove aside Cheryl, they shove aside Tony, they shove aside Jughead, Betty. They shove aside all the good characters. So I feel like Madeline Petch is like, I'm better than this. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Admit it, though.
She deserves so much better than Riverdale.
Nah, you love KJ Appa's singing, though, don't you?
I really don't. I really hate KJ Appa a lot. I really do. I think he's a bit of a twat, to be honest. But, you know, his ginger head can run away. He's not even ginger. He dyed his hair for the show. But, yeah, getting back to Madeline Petch, who's a good actress who I really like. She is awesome, and she's easily one of the best things about Riverdale. I think, like you said, she has the look, she has the talent, but she's so good on Riverdale, just playing, because like she's a really psychotic character on Riverdale, but then she can really play it quite subtle at the same time, which I really like. And like you say, the bisexual nature, she's a lesbian in the comics, she plays a bisexual character on Riverdale, so you've got that there. I don't know if she has the physique necessarily, but I don't even know. I just think she'd be an awesome choice. And I always remember hearing Batwoman coming to Arrowverse. They're doing the crossover. The first person who popped into my head was Madeline Petch. She was the first one that instantly came to mind. And I'd be perfectly happy. Because she is just my number one choice. I really like her. She deserves better than Riverdale. Come on over to the Arrowverse. And also Riverdale's just another CW show.
Yep. So it's easy to get across.
Yeah.
God damn.
So they would be our castings for Batwoman. Tell us all your castings as well. I want to see some more interesting ones. Because like I said, I tried to keep mine very much CW based, except for Lily Simmons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we both just really want to see Madeleine Petch.
Just give us Madeleine Petch, please. Just give him Madeleine Petch.
Yeah, and then we can
get her off Riverdale. Get her off
Riverdale.
Riverdale.
Cole Sprouse on the Arrowverse as well.
Cole Sprouse.
Rescue him.
Wow, who would he play though?
I don't know, just some introverted weirdo, just someone, anyone. I mean, I don't have a problem with Jughead. I love Jughead, but just any character in the DC universe, just give it to him. Like, give him Plastic Man or something. Oh, they probably can't do Plastic Man because they do Elongated Man now. Who would Cole Sprouse play? That's a good. Let's do this now. Who would Cole Sprouse play?
I have no idea.
I'm thinking of all these different characters. I'm just like circling around. But which show would he be on? Which one would he go to?
He could play Nora Allen's brother.
Hot Pursuit. I'd be down for that. Oh, but what about Chandler Riggs though? He said he wanted to go to the Flash. What about him?
Fuck Chandler Riggs. Fuck him. Who's on The Walking Dead? Fuck him.
We just need to rescue, right, all the actors from Riverdale who are good and bring them over to the Arrowverse. Even Luke Perry, right, who's an absolute god. He plays Archie's dad on the show. He is amazing, right? He's like he seems like the most lovely man ever. Even he's being rescued. He's just been cast in Quentin Tarantino's next film.
What?
Yeah, he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
What?
He's in the cast. He's been cast in that movie, and I'm so happy for him.
Oh my!
You don't see KJ Apa again, do you?
Nah, KJ
singing Mad World.
You just hate
Looking
this man.
Looking out a dirty old window. He can't even sing. Like it's terrible. Like that was my impression of him singing in his stupid little Canadian accent. It's terrible.
Canadian accents.
I really hate KJ Apa. I really do. I'm sorry.
God's sake.
But to be fair though, in terms of because I say I hate him, I also hate Archie just as a character, especially in season 2. He's absolutely horrific. And in terms of Veronica, who I also don't like, I do like Camila Mendes though, so that's okay. I can kind of accept that. I could rant about Riverdale all day.
This is let's keep this Arrowverse, please.
Can't wait for season 3.
Fuck season 3.
So that will be the end of this podcast. I think this was a bit of a shorter one, but there wasn't really too much to talk about this week because news was dead, and that topic was quite short. But that was quite a fun topic, though. I like castings. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this podcast? Anything you'd like to add to the agenda?
Just fuck Riverdale and fuck The Walking Dead. Chandler Riggs can fuck off the Flash, please.
Yeah. And also vote for Madeleine Petch.
Yeah, Madeleine Petch.
Hashtag justice for Madeleine.
Yeah. Make sure you send all your emails to the CW that you want Madeleine Petch to play Batwoman and the crossover, because it needs to happen.
And send it to her as well, so she can start campaigning.
Yeah.
I reckon she'd be down for it.
Yeah, she would. She'd just promote it on YouTube and then she'd get too much support. And
yeah, she's got a YouTube channel, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's...
I'm subscribed.
Let's start the campaign now.
Yeah. Right, forget justice for Mon-El, right? Because that's crap. Right?
Yeah, fuck Mon-El.
What we want to do is we want to get justice for Madeleine to get her off Riverdale for 1, and then for 2 we want hashtag Madeleine for Batwoman. And then we'll get her into the Arrowverse and we'll get her own show and we'll sort her out.
Yeah.
She deserves that.
She needs better than this.
Is that all? I think that's all.
I reckon that is about it for the lack of news we've got.
Good. So that will be the end of the show. Thank you guys for listening to episode 10, our 10th anniversary.
Yay!
Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, insert music in your own head somewhere. And basically what you want is you want the Stevie Wonder song that is, happy birthday, that sort of thing.
I'll play it in the background at this moment.
The one that Frankie and Benny's uses, that one.
You don't work with Frankie and Benny's though.
I used to. Yes, if anybody doesn't know, I used to work at Frankie and Benny's. So I know the whole soundtrack of Frankie and Benny's. If you ever need me to perform that, I can do that. But that's for another day. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a like and share it around. Make sure you share it to all your friends who potentially like this stuff or not. Just send it to them. They might enjoy it. You never know. And as always, I have been Declan.
I have been Dan.
You have to think about that.
I didn't know what to say then. I didn't know whether to say Mule Kit Media
And
or
while
Dan.
Dan regains his memory like Harry at the end of The Flash Season 4, we will see you guys next week.
I remember.